Don't look at. You ready to do this?
It's on.
All right. What's going on, guys? I'm CJ. It's my brother Diego, and welcome to Cinco Splash Live. Today, we're going to be talking about UFC dream fights that probably will never happen. So we got this idea because we were just thinking about random fights that would be good. Playing the UFC game, whatever, doing some fights that would be great. And we just like, dude, why don't we make a video? Why not live stream it so we can get what the people think, and we can elaborate on that stuff. So the first fight that we thought that would be really great is Nick Diaz versus his brother Nate Diaz.
I mean, his brother versus brother matchup. I mean, they love each other to death. I mean, they'll never do anything that against each other. But just imagine if it did happen. It would be such a great fight that everybody want to tune in and watch it.
Yeah. And Nick Diaz has stated before that Nate is the most important thing in Nick Diaz's life. So the love between them is amazing, and Nate Diaz looks up to Nick. They both think they're the greatest fighter. It probably won't ever happen, but from a fighting standpoint, I mean, that would be a great fight. It's a mirror match. Just like if you play the UFC game, it'd be like this having Nick Diaz fight Nick Diaz and having Nate fight Nate, or vice versa, whatever. It's a mirror match. They both have the same style, both southpaw, both same boxing coach, everything. Both train the same jiu-jitsu.
The only thing different is Nick's bigger.
Yeah, so I would say if they had to fight, they'd probably have to fight at 170.
Yeah, because Nick can make it easily. We saw it versus McGregor.
Yeah.
But
so the next fight we have, guys, you get this. This is pretty. I would pay to see this. TJ Dillashaw versus Uriah Faber. Now, we know Uriah Faber is already retired, and he's been out of this game, and he's lost his last few fights, and he still has some left in the tank. And TJ, we know, just beat Cody Garbrandt for the second time by knockout in the first round. Or you can argue he's the greatest bantamweight in UFC history, and it'd be like the mentor versus the young cat lion who came out and turned to the dark side. It'd be like Obi-Wan fighting Anakin Skywalker all over again. So I had to put that Star Wars reference out there for you. Diego, how do you think this fight would go? I mean, we know Faber would probably lose the fight. I would say TJ Dillashaw's going to knock him out, but you don't know what could happen.
I mean, Faber still has something in the tank. It's not like he's it wouldn't be an easy fight, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It will be a tough, contested fight, but I think TJ will come on top.
Yeah, they both sparred. More. They've wrestled with each other. Uriah's trained TJ for yeah. So he knows, they both know how each other fights very well. So to see that, I mean, if Faber won that would be pretty cool. That'd be the first time he's ever touched UFC gold if they fought. So but that's probably never going to happen, guys, because Uriah Faber might not come out of retirement. Well, he's not going to come out of retirement. He's busy doing all this stuff. Alpha male, and TJ, reigning bantamweight champ. And the next fight we have is George St. Pierre versus Anderson Silva. Now, we both know that these fighters, Anderson Silva's already out of his prime. He's got busted for using steroids and had a no contest with Nick Diaz, boring fight. And GSP was a middleweight champion about a year ago, about 6 months ago, maybe.
Year.
And he great showing against Michael Bisping. And he also said that he wanted to fight the winner of Khabib and McGregor. So I wouldn't say GSP's totally out of his prime, but he's getting to that point to where
he can't face the best of the best anymore.
Yeah. But both these two guys are legends. They're arguably the greatest fighters ever at their respected weight divisions. GSP arguably the best welterweight ever. Anderson Silva arguably the greatest fighter of all time. You could argue that. And GSP, he started off with karate base, but he evolved to wrestling. Great wrestling. And Anderson Silva, we know, one of the most spectacular fighters, one of the greatest fighters of all time. But sometimes his fights can be boring.
I mean, if he goes into a fight 100% into it, he'll like have a great showing. But if he like starts wanting to fight and like he knows that his opponent has no chance, he'll start stalking and like doing dances and stuff. That's what cost him the Whiteman fight.
Yeah. You know, Anderson Silva was one of the greatest strikers of all time. Can punch you, knock you out, kicks, jiu-jitsu, any of that. And GSP's a great fighter too. I would really like to see that, guys. And guys, comment down below in the chat which fight you think would be a great fight. If you have fighters that we forgot to mention already, just put it down right in the chat below. And we're going to move on to another one. Friend versus friend. Jose Aldo versus Renan Barão. Now, guys, most of you probably don't know this, but they both are training partners, and they both vowed to never step on each other's feet, which that means Renan Barão was a 135 fighter, bantamweight fighter. Aldo was featherweight, 145. They were both champions, great fighters.
They're probably they had two of the biggest win streaks of all time.
And they promised never to fight each other, never move up in weight, whatever, all that stuff. But now, if they fought, that would be just like throwing everything out the window. Let's fight. Diego, who do you have in that fight?
Aldo, for sure. I mean, you've seen him around in the last few fights. He struggled. He went up to 145 for a little bit. He lost like all his fights, so he went back to 135. But Aldo would win easily, in my opinion.
Yeah. Aldo, he's just came off of a wonderful knockout, a TKO win against Jeremy Stephens, which was very impressive. Looked like Aldo was going back to how he used to fight back in the WEC days and his early UFC days when he was champ. Renan Barão, though, was a monster when he was a bantamweight champ. Unstoppable. Both these fighters were unstoppable. I mean, they had a reign that was like one of the best reigns
of all
ever.
time.
Yes. So to see them two legends fight, Brazilian legends, great friends, you know, it'd be interesting. It would be a really interesting fight. And speaking of friends fighting each other, the next fight we have on the list is Lyoto Machida versus Anderson Silva. These two fighters are friends. They also vowed to never fight each other. When Anderson Silva was middleweight champion, Lyoto Machida was in the lightweight division, light heavyweight division, sorry. And he became champ. And then when Anderson Silva lost to Chris Weidman twice and then lost a couple other fights, and Lyoto Machida moved down, and he fought for the title. But they're best friends. They give each other tips. Like Lyoto Machida knocked out Vitor Belfort. It's pretty much like the same way Anderson Silva did, front kick. And we guarantee Anderson Silva told Lyoto Machida to throw that because it was going to catch him. So to see these two fighters, they're both
two of the best
strikers in history of the sport. Machida, great counter puncher.
They're probably both out of their prime, though.
Great. He's a sneaky striker. Yes, they're both out of their prime.
But it would still be awesome to see them.
Yes, it would be a great spectacle. Yes. So the next fight we have
is
Daniel Cormier versus Cain Velasquez. Another friend versus friend battle. Guys, the friends or the people who knew each other that fight would be good matchups. And I think this is a great matchup. Cain Velasquez is one of the most successful heavyweight fighters of all time.
He hasn't fought in a long time, though. So.
Has not fought in a long time. He was a heavyweight champ at one point. Daniel Cormier became a simultaneous champ with a light heavyweight belt and the heavyweight belt, and now he's reigning a heavyweight champ. Cain, I don't know if he's going to come back. He should come back.
He's still one of the best heavyweight. Maybe besides Cormier, I think he's the number one. He's the best heavyweight besides him.
Mm-hmm. If they fought, both train at AKA in was it New Mexico?
I don't know.
I think it's New Mexico.
I think it's New Mexico too.
Both train with Luke Rockhold. Both heavyweights. They respect the heck out of each other. They're like brothers. They really are. They're like brothers, and they would never fight each other. But if they did fight each other, I think it would be a great matchup. They're both great wrestlers. Both have good stand-up. Both can box.
They both have great cardio.
Yes, except for Cain when he was in Mexico. I mean, that's what happens when you don't train in altitude. But anyway, I don't know why I'm picking that fight. I mean, obviously, I think you'd have to, if you had a bet, you'd probably have to put it on Daniel Cormier because he's been doing it already. Hasn't taken any breaks. Just became the simultaneous champ. Only other person to do that was Conor McGregor.
I couldn't choose that fight. It's too hard.
Really?
Matchup.
If you had to pick, who would you pick?
DC probably because it's been like fighting longer.
Would it be? I don't think it would be. Would it be a finish? It might be because heavyweights. I mean, when you see like one of those fights,
DC's never lost a heavyweight, and we've seen Kane get hurt and knocked out. So I don't know. I would think DC would win though.
It would be a great fight, and somebody said Machida wins. Says Machines wins, but Machida. I don't know, guys. I mean, Anderson Silva is the most sneaky strikers. We'll see what happens. The next fight we have, which Miesha Tate versus Ronda Rousey 3. Now, Diego thought of this one. I was like, I don't know. They fought twice. Ronda Rousey beat her both times.
The third one was kind of like the second one was back and forth.
Yeah, and Miesha Tate. The only reason why we kind of agreed to this be like a dream matchup was Ronda Rousey's already in retirement with WWE and all that stuff.
Miesha's retired, so
both of them coming out of retirement to fight, and Miesha's trying to get that one win over Ronda Rousey, and to see if she can do that. I would watch that fight just to see if she'll be able to fight her rival, biggest rival of all time, Ronda Rousey, to see if she can beat him. I would like to see that.
I think Miesha would win though. I mean, we've seen like people exploit the striking of Rousey, but they're both tough and like they both have great chins, and their striking's both not that good.
Yeah,
so that'll be a great fight to watch.
You know, I agree because both of them they hate each other, dislike each other. One of the greatest rivalries in MMA history. See them fight again would be great. Coming out of retirement to brawl, I would love to watch that fight. And next, this is a bit of a weird one.
This is weird.
All right. Joe Rogan versus CM Punk. Okay, now hear us out. Every UFC fan would love to watch Joe Rogan get inside of that octagon and fight. And there's no one better to do that with than CM Punk. CM Punk came out of WWE to fight, didn't really put on any great performances. Joe Rogan, we know he's a black belt in Taekwondo and black belt in Jiu-Jitsu at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Hey, I know it's laughable, but it's never going to happen, guys. We're just going to say. But if it did...
I think Joe Rogan would knock the crap out of him.
Yeah. Oh, he would establish leg kicks early. And then he would submit him, hurt him, leg kicks, boom, wobbly. First round knockout for sure. And we have West Coast, thank you so much for commenting. If Connor wins and Tyron Woodley beats Till, would you like to watch that fight? Absolutely, 100%. You know what? Hold on. We're just about to get to that. The last fight we have was McGregor versus Colby Covington. Now, the reason why we said that...
It's a trash talk.
The trash talk. Both of them are big trash talkers. Both of them are arrogant talk. But, guys, McGregor, he hits you with that straight left. It's lights out. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. Done. Colby Covington, on the other hand, though, has phenomenal cardio, can go 5 rounds easily. Conor McGregor can only probably go 2. But hey, pound for pound.
It's basically a striker versus a wrestler.
Yeah. There's no one like Conor McGregor. Mystic Mac. Yeah, I think striking, McGregor blows him out. Covington, wrestling, cardio definitely has that.
I think I'll go with Covington just because like he'll be able to wrestle him.
I have to pick my boy, Conor McGregor. First round KO.
I would want McGregor to win.
Okay, so back to West Coast. If Conor fights Tyron Woodley, yes, I would like to watch that fight because Woodley's one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Even though it is a little bit boring, I think if he puts on a great show against Till, knocks him out early, then he'll start to gain more respect. I think he needs to, if he wants to be known as one of the greatest fighters of all time,
he needs to fight.
He needs to fight. Exactly. Welterweight has some of the greatest fighters. I mean, Matt Hughes fought there. GSP. All those guys. Sarah, all them dudes. He needs to finish people. He can't go 5 rounds all the time because he gets tired. Whatever.
He has the explosiveness. He has the wrestling. He has everything you need in a perfect fighter.
Yes.
But he just doesn't fight.
He has a work ethic. He's athletic. He's an athletic freak. He just needs to fight. That's all there is to it. He needs to fight. And I think I see Woodley winning that fight. You know why? Because I think
he'll be able to take the punches. I think
if Woodley's not gonna fight scary, I don't know about that.
I mean,
like I said,
he'll get hurt.
Straight left. That's gonna.
But Woodley has power. He has great power.
He does, but he's not gonna fight. I think he's gonna
try.
He's gonna avoid Conor a lot in the early rounds. But
I think he'll try to take him down.
Even though Woodley doesn't have the greatest wind out there, it's better than Conor's.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
So I think I see late in the fight. I think later in the fight, Woodley would take him down, try to submit him maybe. So I think I have to put my money on Woodley, but I want Conor McGregor to win that fight. Conor McGregor is one of my favorite fighters. West Coast, thank you for coming. I think Woodley would murder Conor. You know what? I think he would, but in the early rounds, it's going to be hard to do that because Conor McGregor's got a lot of energy.
And great.
And he's arguably the greatest striker of all time, so that's going to be a tough one to do. And Diego, do you want to think of any other fights that would be great?
Gosh.
Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz are fighting coming up.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, what do you think is going to happen in that fight?
I really think I don't think Tito has a heart to do it. I think Tito will get hurt, and just like his last fight against Chuck, he'll get hurt and give up.
Well, here's my thing. All you UFC fans that grew up watching Chuck Liddell, he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Tito, I like Tito too. Both icons in the sport, legends. Chuck Liddell's chin has gotten extremely weak from fighting all these years, been knocked out so many times, cold too. He knocked out TKO'd Tito twice, but Tito's been fighting. He's fought more, longer. He didn't retire. He fought with Bellator. Tito, yes, exactly. Yes. Chuck Liddell's chin is gone. So I have to put my money on Tito, even though I want Chuck Liddell to win because he's one of my favorite fighters. I love him. Icon, the Iceman. I love those shorts. But I have to go with Tito because, but Chuck Liddell can still knock him out. Don't get me wrong. He lands out overhand right. It's night time for Tito.
Tito might knock him out.
Yeah, going back to Huntington Beach with a cut on your eye. But if the fight goes long, I see Tito maybe going, punching. Don't knock out Chuck. That's what I think. And guys, if you have any other fights out there that you like to see, comment down below, guys, in the chat. Because we like talking about this kind of stuff. Dick, we think of any other dream fights?
I'm trying to think of good women fights. We had
Well, speaking of dream fight that might never happen, it's kind of funny. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. It's not really maybe a dream fight, but it's probably never going to happen because they keep getting hurt.
Every single time it's been Tony, Khabib. You never know. Khabib.
At that point, if you get injured that many times fighting the same person, it's not meant to be.
Yeah,
it really isn't. How many times Khabib get hurt? 3 in a row or 4 in a row? And then Tony Ferguson's like, "Oh yeah, don't get hurt this time." And then whenever Khabib finally doesn't get hurt, Tony's the one that gets hurt.
That would be a good fight though. If they fought,
yeah, I think Tony beats Khabib too.
I think I think whenever Khabib will try to wrestle him, he'll get dark choke and choked out.
You know, another fight that'll be interesting. Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor too.
Mm-hmm.
Conor McGregor beat him whenever he was first starting in the UFC. Beat him by decision. Round 3 victory. Yo, what's up, Aiden Wilson? How's it going out there, bud? Thanks for tuning in. Back to McGregor and Holloway. McGregor, he said he tore a ligament in his knee when he fought Holloway and still beat him, coming out the win. But that's when Holloway wasn't as strong. But
yes.
Ortega versus Khabib's a great fight. Ortega's young, upcoming fighter. He's got good stand-up power, got phenomenal jiu-jitsu. And Khabib, phenomenal wrestling, good power, not the greatest box. Both of them aren't the greatest boxers, but they're great fighters.
Yes.
Both of them.
I think Ortega will win that.
Yes. I want Ortega to win. I think he might win. I think he will win that fight because even if Khabib will take him down. So I think on the ground, Ortega's going to win that fight. So going back to McGregor and Holloway, I think McGregor will take him. After watching Holloway fight, what? After watching Holloway fight in recent fights, I'm not as impressed as everybody thinks.
I mean, he's a good fighter. He's not great though. I mean,
no, he's a great fighter.
He's a great fighter, but
he's a Hall of Famer for sure. But I think McGregor will take him early because I feel like Holloway's going to try to fight with him, and I think McGregor's timing is just too good. But I don't see that fight happening at 145. I really don't.
McGregor
he won't get down. He's already used to being at 150, all that.
He might be able to make it, but he'll be too drained to do anything with it. He can't.
Yeah.
He won't be able to fight as well.
Yeah. I say McGregor will win that fight round 1 knockout. That's what I was saying.
We've seen Holloway get hurt. I mean, Aldo hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think McGregor will win.
Yeah, me too. Guys, if you can think of any other fights out there, please do. We're open to anything. I think Aldo outstruck Holloway until he got tired.
Yeah, I saw that fight again. Like, Aldo was winning. Aldo was winning that fight. And so, if he had the energy to go 5 rounds, I think we would have won that fight because I think he's just a better fighter than Holloway, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think if Aldo fights him again, I think Aldo might take that fight. I mean, he's got a great morale boost from fighting Jeremy Stevens.
Yes.
And I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna if he fights. Which I don't know who they're gonna fight for the. I think it should be Ortega.
Ortega's gonna fight Holloway no matter what. He's gonna fight him. He's gonna be the first one to fight Holloway in Holloway's next fight. And I think Ortega would win because I think.
Me too.
Ortega's jiu-jitsu is just too good. I think he has the power to knock him out.
Then okay. Uchiha 500. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but thank you for coming up with all those great comments and fights. Thank you very much for that. What about some other maybe some Bellator fights or something? Huh?
Bellator? I don't watch Bellator.
I know our stream's called UFC, but I mean this just
Bellator. I would like to see the UFC bring back Pride. That's what I would like to see.
UFC bring back Pride, yeah. I mean Pride. Comment down below, guys, if you pick Pride, UFC, Strikeforce, WC, if you like all those things. I mean, organizations. Which one was your favorite and why? And yeah, so back to those fights. What if Brock Lesnar, West Coast said, "I want Michael Chandler in the UFC."
I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough to be in the UFC.
Yes, he should be in the UFC.
I don't know why they're not giving him the chance to be in it. I think he'll beat most of the guys there, or some of them, until he gets used to it.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to. I mean, most people leave UFC because they're not getting paid that much for what they're doing. So, I mean, if it depends on what Chandler wants to do. If he wants to stay Bellator, be a great fighter over there, it doesn't matter.
Would you like to see Dillashaw fight Cejudo?
Yes, that's another. Oh my gosh, how do we not think of that? That's like a super fight.
Because I think it might happen. Yes.
I don't see Dillashaw going down to 125. I really don't. I think they'd have to fight 135.
Yeah. If Cejudo went up, he'll have more power and he won't get as tired.
He'll be stronger too. So I think Dillashaw's a better striker for sure. With training with Dwayne Ludwig and all that. Yeah, TJ kills Cejudo. I think I would pick TJ on that fight, West Coast. Who do you pick on that? I mean, it's a tough. Cejudo could win. Both great wrestlers. Both. Yes, I thought. I thought that. Here's. Let me just clarify this. This is why I think Henry Cejudo won that fight. Number one, no one has came close to beating DJ like that. No one's even came close. And plus, he's had all these finishes, fantastic, phenomenal finishes in his recent fights.
And nobody thought he could be beat.
Yeah, no one thought he could be beaten. Someone who actually who hung in there, landed shots. Yeah, he landed a few shots. He took him down and just held him. But it was more. I thought DJ won the fight for sure.
Yeah,
but I think that was one of the greatest fights Demetrius Johnson's ever fought because he wasn't when he was first starting his career. He wasn't really risking things that much. In this fight, he risked it. He risked it. I think
he gained a lot of respect.
Yes, he did gain. He gained more respect for me. I always thought I knew he was a great champion, but he gained a lot of respect for me. I thought he won that fight too. So thanks for that, West Coast. What were we just talking about again?
We were talking about Colby and stuff.
Yeah,
I think
so. Cejudo, I think Cejudo's a great wrestler.
I think Cejudo chins might be better. Maybe. I mean,
no, but TJ Dillashaw took some big shot. Even though he got dropped in the first fight against Garbrandt, he took some good shots in the second fight and didn't get dropped. And he ended up knocking out Garbrandt. What about Garbrandt, guys? You think Garbrandt could have any dream fights with anybody?
I think he has to go to a different camp. I'm just being honest. I mean, Alpha Male doesn't have the production like.
I mean, look at their coaches. They have Danny Castillo, who hasn't done anything in his career. I mean,
Chris
Holdsworth, who's scared to fight. If those two are your lead coaches,
there's something wrong.
What the heck's going on over there? Alpha Male, like, look, this is Alpha Male. This is their philosophy, in my eyes. Okay, focus on cardio, be a good wrestler, never touch the belt. That's their thing. Even though Cody Garbrandt did, he lost that thing real quick. Then TJ Dillashaw got the belt there and left.
Okay,
Garbrandt needs to leave.
First fight. Okay,
it's too primitive. Alpha Male's too primitive.
Garbrandt needs to establish his wrestling. He has good wrestling. He needs a
He needs a psychological coach. That's what he needs to do.
Yes, Cody has a weak chin for sure.
He needs somebody to. Okay, his chin's not that good. We're just gonna set that straight.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a weak chin. West Coast. He needs to go to a good strike. I don't know. He needs to leave Alpha Male. I don't even go American Top Team, aka train with Dwayne Ludwig. And he's got to go somewhere. Greg Jackson. He's got to go somewhere. You can't stick with Alpha Male. Alpha Male's not that successful of a camp. They have good fighters, Chad Mendez, Faber, whatever. Who else? Castillo. All these dudes, Benavidez.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a successful camp, and if Garbrandt wants to be successful or retain the belt later in his career, I think he has to leave.
I think he might get the belt back. I mean, I think he has the skills to do it.
Yeah.
But
so comment down below, guys, if you think Garbrandt should leave or not. I am 100%. I think he should leave for good. And something happened with the chat here.
Oh.
See, Cody is done. Marlon Moraes beats him. He can't just box. He needs to mix it up. Yes.
Yes. I mean, his
boxing is, Marlon Moraes is a monster. That dude's a beast.
I think he might, in the next year, he'll be champion someday. He just has the skills to do it. But
yeah, well, you know what I think is funny? I think it's whenever Dillashaw won and Cejudo won the championship a few weeks ago. It's funny how no one mentioned Marlon Moraes. Everybody's like, "Oh, Superfight, TJ and Cejudo, Garbrandt,
TJ and Cruz,
TJ and what? Oh my gosh, DJ." But no one mentioned Marlon Moraes. I mean, this dude's knocking people out. Great knockout, like great highlight reel knockouts. Yes, and he's not even mentioned. I think he deserves a title shot. Maybe after
I think he'll have to beat I think he'll have to see what happens first. With Dillashaw on them, but he's one of the next ones in line for sure.
Yeah, so maybe after Cejudo fights TJ, maybe what's it called? Maybe then Marlon Moraes should get a shot, but he deserves a shot soon, real quick, fast, within a year, maybe.
Maybe one more fight at the max.
Yeah. So yeah, Marlon Moraes is a great fighter, but back to Cody leaving. Yeah, he needs to leave. He needs to mix it up, like West Coast said. Thank you for that comment. He needs to put some ground in it. It can't be all about striking. It can't. We've seen what he is when it's all about striking. Yes, he gets some not TKOs, whatever, but he has too much of a temper. He lets people get into his head too easily. I mean, TJ Dillashaw, bad blood, great rivalry in the sport. If he lets TJ, the anger is like, it won't happen to me again. I don't want to put my family through that, but. You guys think? Oh, hold on. Excuse me, guys. Do you guys think Darren Till beats Woodley? I think he will KO Woodley.
Yeah, I think he'll win because. Did you see the stare down? His hands are like.
He's a big guy. He's big for 170. He's big. I didn't think Darren Till was that big.
Will he make it the weight though? You think he missed the weight by 3 pounds the last fight? But I think
when he fought Stephen Thompson, Wonder Boy, Thank you for that comment, Uchiha Uchiha 500.
I think Wonderboy won that fight.
Yeah, I think he won that fight.
Besides a knockdown, he did nothing.
But I mean, whatever. They were in England, right, or something. They were somewhere in Europe. I think. But Darren Till, he surprised me standing up. You know, I think he will. I hope he does. I'm not a big Woodley fan. You know, I don't have that much respect. It's hard to have respect for a fighter, a champion, Woodley, that doesn't fight. Now, I agree with his philosophy to some degree to keep your belt as long as you can. Like, when you get that belt, that's something that's a part of you. It shouldn't be given up easily. But that doesn't mean to go out there and fight like a wuss. And go 5 rounds with Damian Maia and said, "Oh, I went 17 for 17 takedowns."
No, I stuffed.
Yeah, 17% take. Dude, big deal. He's not even a wrestler. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He does not have. I know he doesn't have respect. Woody doesn't have a lot of respect for a lot of people, and he doesn't really have a lot for me. I hope Darren Till wins. I think he will win by knockout in second or third round. See,
what about Robert Whittaker?
Robert Whittaker. See, Uchiha 500. He is huge. He could fight Robert Whittaker.
I don't know if I don't know if Whittaker. Yeah. Oh yeah. Till will have to go up and fight. Yeah. So I think he'll.
You know, I think that'd be a great fight. You know, I think that'll be a brawl. I see it maybe it might go to decision, but it might be a heck of a fight. Bloodbath. Both phenomenal strikers.
Speaking of Whittaker, what about
both got knockout power.
He's gonna fight Gaston.
Well, not like severe knockout power, but power.
Whittaker's supposed to fight Gaston down the line. So what do you think of that fight?
You know, Kelvin Gaston's been surprising a lot of people these past upcoming fights, beating all these great Brazilian fighters. But I think Kelvin Gastelum will beat Robert Whittaker.
I think he will too because
So go on.
Because he's
he definitely has a wrestling advantage for sure.
He has the power too to hurt him. We saw that with Romero. He has that quick power to hurt him. So yeah, I think he'll win by knockout.
Yeah. He can take down Kelvin Gastelum. He can strike. He has knockout power. He can do all that stuff. I think he'll beat Robert Whittaker. Let's see. But I think Israel will be champ and be champ for a long time.
Adesanya. He might be champ. I don't know if he has the power.
I don't know, the style bender. I like that nickname though. That's a good nickname. I like that.
He has to beat Brunson first. But Brunson fight. I think he'll beat Brunson. I think he'll win.
That's middle. It's a middleweight fight.
Yeah, he's middleweight.
Yeah. I think you know what. Go ahead. He's 28 or how many wins does he have? Yeah, he's undefeated fighter. I know that, but I don't know.
He's like 12, 13-0.
I don't know what his record is off the top of my head. I know he's a great stand-up kickboxer.
I think they're throwing him in too early. I think they're making too much of a big deal of him. I mean,
he's a good fighter, though.
He's a good fighter, but I think they need to develop him more. Like they need to
give him some more easy fights and let him build up his star up.
If he beats Brunson, he's gonna be a real deal.
Mm-hmm. I think it will be champ. You know,
like Tavares, decent fighter, but not that good. But if he beats Brunson, yeah, he's gonna prove a lot of people that he can.
You know what, guys? I think that's gonna wait. Let's see. Paulo Costa's is. Oh, I was just about to mention him.
Oh gosh.
Paulo Costa versus Yo Romero's going down. I don't really like Paulo Costa. He seems kind of arrogant. He seems like he thinks he's all this and that.
I think Romero's not.
He has knockout power.
I think Romero's not.
I think Romero's gonna put him to sleep, but he could put Romero to sleep too. You never know. But I think Romero has a good chin. So tough fighters.
You want to mention Poirier and Diaz real quick? Talk about it.
Poirier. Let's get our predictions on Romero first, real quick. While we're at
Romero's in a.
I thought Romero knockout second round.
Oh, that's true. He's so juiced.
Oh,
they're both juiced.
Okay, I'm sorry. People can be naturally built really well,
but this is just.
But when you got like muscles
veins
on top of muscles, it's juice. I'm sorry, they're on that Brazilian stuff. I remember there was one point UFC like all these Brazilian fighters were wearing like Venom This is whenever they could like wear their own sponsors. They had like Venom on their shorts. Like every Brazilian fighter had Venom on their shorts, and every single one of them looked like they were juicing. It's crazy.
I mean, but those were. But if you fight, the juice makes it better. The juice makes it better.
Look, juice makes fights. I know it's bad, but juice makes fights fun to watch because everybody's built whatever, and then
knock each other out.
Knockout power, great fights. So,
I mean,
yeah, I gotta go with Romero on that one. So you mentioned Poirier Diaz. If it happens,
it is.
It's already announced. I'm gonna have to go with Nate Diaz on that one.
I mean, I think Poirier is kind of. I know he says he's a fighter, but if you're the number 3 contender and you're on a win streak, I don't want to ruin that momentum. Look, a tough fight. I would agree with what he said before. I think he would. I think he should wait. He should wait until McGregor
But Dustin Poirier's not the type of guy to not take a fight, especially with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz they're great fighters. Okay, I think Dustin Poirier. He's had the hardest run to become a champ. He's had to beat so many people and hasn't even gotten a title shot yet.
Okay, for sure. If he beats Diaz, he's a title contender, right? Yeah, he should be the winner.
I think he already is a title contender. You know, he's beaten enough people. He's beaten enough good fighters to be that title challenger. I think
if we were talking about if he didn't have this fight, if he didn't have the Diaz, he should face the winner of McGregor.
But I think Diaz is gonna win. It's not gonna be early knockout. I say maybe 3rd round.
Okay, if Poirier uses the leg kicks, he'll win.
If Poirier wants to win this fight, he has to establish leg kicks. If he doesn't do that, then he's gonna lose the fight.
The leg kicks determine the fight. If he does it, he wins. If he doesn't, he's probably gonna lose.
Yeah, and I think Diaz has a way better chin than Dustin Poirier, and I think Poirier.
They're both tough, though.
Both tough. They're both scrappers. They both love to fight, but I think Diaz is going to have the edge. In jiu-jitsu, they both have good jiu-jitsu, but I think Diaz is going to have the advantage on the ground. So I'm gonna say Diaz in 3. What do you say about that fight?
Huh?
What do you say about that fight?
Oh, I think Poirier will use it. I think he's a smart enough fighter to use the leg kicks and
if he uses leg kicks, I would say he might win. Win by decision. So
Kevin Lee and Poirier.
Uchiha 500 said, "I would rather see Kevin Lee versus Dustin."
Kevin Lee is up there. I mean,
that would be a great fight. But you know what? I would rather see Kevin Lee versus Conor McGregor.
He wants to get on the undercard, and there's 2 more fights left. So
you know why he said he wants to be on the undercard?
Because
he knows
he might not fight.
He said he knows somebody's gonna drop out of that fight, whether it's Conor. I don't think it's gonna be Conor, but
Connor's gonna fight.
He said somebody's gonna drop out of that fight. So he said, "I'm gonna be ready. I'm being wait. Yeah. I'm gonna do this."
That's smart. He's smart for that.
Yeah. So Kevin Lee and Dustin Poirier would be a good fight. I would see Kevin Lee winning that fight, taking him down. He's a stronger guy. I think he's got more.
This chance Kevin Lee,
Khabib. That's a great
We've
fight.
always been talking about that. We're always talking about that.
Yeah, good.
See if that happens.
Great wrestlers, both strong guys. I think
maybe if McGregor loses, that might be a fight to set up. McGregor wins.
I don't know who would win that fight. I think I'd have to say
they're both. It's
tough because
Khabib won't be able to use wrestling because he's a strong dude. Kevin Lee's a strong dude, and striking is strong too.
Yeah,
it'll be a tough fight.
So I think I would say Khabib. I say Khabib will win that fight.
So it'll be a tough fight. I mean, it's not easy, but I think Kevin Lee will win.
Wait, let me see that real quick. On the juice topic, allegedly that's don't need no defamation lawsuit. I'm not saying they are, but they could be. Allegedly, hey. I don't know. I'm not saying they are, but now that I'm worried about a lawsuit, let's end the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Connor, I just see Connor catching Khabib.
Yes,
I 500.
Think, yeah.
I see him. We mentioned this in our previous video. If you guys want to check that out, previous video, Conor McGregor versus Khabib, UFC predictions. It will be in the first round. You know, I think if Conor McGregor wins, it's gonna be in the first round, first to second round, first half of the second round. So yeah, I see Conor McGregor knock him out in the first round, but after that,
he'll get.
Yeah, but you know what I noticed? Khabib likes to push the pace. He likes to go towards. He wants to be the aggressor.
If he punches, he's gonna punch wide. He has wide punches, so that just sets up McGregor.
Which I don't know if that's a smart. I don't know if that's a smart move on Khabib. Yeah, they're both alpha males, and but you know, I think Khabib has a good chance of maybe catching Conor. He might have a good chance of doing that. But
if he knocks out Conor, how big of a that would be huge. That would be such a huge.
If Conor knocks out Khabib in the first round, Conor is going to be bigger than he's ever been before. He's going to be bigger than Elvis. Okay, so let's see. First round, yeah, I think it'd be in the first round knockout.
Is there any more fights? I mean,
is there any more fights, guys? If you do, we'll give you a minute to comment down below what fights you like to see. We'll talk about them.
We'll talk about what fight's coming up right now? Gaethje and
Vegas coming out the 25th.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I don't know. Dude, I think Gaethje's been in too many wars. He has too much brain damage. Dude, if you'll watch
the press
I felt bad for him. James Vick was hammering him, degrading him.
He was like, you're fighting tomato cans immediately.
It was funny, but it was bad. But you know, wrestling, Gaethje's a good wrestler. He needs to wrestle because if he stands up, I think James Vick's gonna kill him. Yeah, he's too long, taller guy. Vick's got good striking, and Gaethje likes to brawl. So I don't know if that's gonna be a smart choice for Gaethje to sit out there and take shots. Yeah, James Vick by KO. That's what I'm gonna say. James Vick by knockout or TKO.
You want to talk about Valentina Shevchenko against Montano?
No. Okay. Anyway, no, don't talk about it. I see Shevchenko beating her, Montano. But hey,
those Indians.
You can't count out people. Oh my gosh, people. Yeah, James Vick's gonna be a problem for the division. Yeah, he will be a problem for the division. But yeah, back to Shevchenko and Montano. I think Shevchenko's gonna win.
I think Montano's gonna win. I think she.
What?
No, I think she's gonna win. I mean, I think she's. We haven't seen her fight in a while. I think she'll win. I'm on the underdog side this fight. I mean,
going with Shevchenko. She's tried out for the belt. I think it's her time to get the belt. So I think it's gonna be a decision win. So guys, I think that's gonna be it for the video, guys. If you like this video, please like it, guys. Please comment down below some fights, what you want to see next, guys. Please share this video, guys. If someone likes, comments, and shares this video, we will shout you out in the next one, guys. So that's it, guys. Press that subscribe button, guys, and we'll see you next time on Cinco Splash Live. Peace, guys.